Hello, I am Dr. Harrison Wright, a specialist in geriatric health. And today I want to talk to you about something that many older adults experience every single day, but very few people truly understand. That constant phlegm in the throat that never seems to go away. Before we begin, I want to ask you to do something simple but powerful. If you or someone you love has ever struggled with that sticky feeling in the throat, the constant need to clear it before speaking, or the sensation that something is always stuck there, write this phrase in the comments right now. My throat can return to balance. When you write that phrase, you're doing more than leaving a comment. You're reminding yourself that the body is capable of recovery when we understand what it needs. Now take a slow breath with me, because what we're going to talk about today may completely change the way you understand your throat, your breathing, and even the signals your body has been sending you for years. Let me start with something I see all the time in my medical practice. People come into my office and say, "Doctor, I have phlegm all the time." Not just when they have a cold, not just during allergy season. They feel it when they wake up in the morning. They feel it when they speak. They feel it when they lie down at night. Many even avoid talking too much because they constantly feel the need to clear their throat. But the most concerning part is not the phlegm itself. The most concerning part is the phrase people repeat with resignation. It must be my age. As a doctor who has spent many years working with older adults, I want to tell you something very clearly. Persistent phlegm is not a normal part of aging. It may be common, yes, but common does not mean healthy, and it certainly does not mean inevitable. In fact, one of the biggest misunderstandings about phlegm is where people think it comes from. Most people immediately assume it must be coming from the lungs. They think about bronchitis, infections, or problems deep in the chest. But after more than 2 decades listening carefully to patients and observing the patterns, I can tell you something that often surprises people. In many older adults, the phlegm they feel in their throat does not actually begin in the lungs. To understand why, we need to take a moment to understand something fascinating about the human body. Imagine that your throat and airways are like a clean hospital hallway. That hallway is not dry. Instead, it's covered with a thin, transparent layer of moisture called mucus. Now I know the word mucus doesn't sound pleasant, but it's actually one of the most important protective systems in the body. Mucus traps dust, bacteria, viruses, pollution, and tiny particles that we breathe every single day. Without it, our lungs would constantly be under attack. But mucus alone isn't enough. The body also has millions of microscopic structures called cilia. These tiny hair-like brushes move in a coordinated rhythm, almost like a choreographed dance, pushing mucus upward toward the throat. Once it reaches the throat, we swallow it without even noticing, and the stomach neutralizes whatever was trapped inside. When this system works correctly, we never feel anything at all. The problem begins when something disrupts that balance. Either the body starts producing too much mucus, or the mucus becomes thick, sticky, and slow to move. When that happens, the natural cleaning system becomes blocked. I often explain it with a simple image. Imagine a highway. If there are too many cars, traffic stops. But even if there are not too many cars, if the cars are extremely slow and heavy, traffic still stops. The result is the same: congestion. That congestion is exactly what many people experience as persistent phlegm. Now that we understand the mechanism, we can move to the question that truly matters. Why does this happen? One of the most common causes, especially in older adults, is something called silent reflux. When people hear the word reflux, they usually imagine burning pain in the chest or severe heartburn. But there is another form of reflux that is much quieter and much more deceptive. I often explain it to my patients like this. Imagine that during the night, while you are lying down, a very light acidic mist rises slowly from the stomach. It's not a burning stream. It's more like vapor. You don't necessarily feel pain, but that vapor reaches the throat, the larynx, and the vocal cords. The tissues in those areas are delicate, and when they are irritated repeatedly, the body responds by producing more mucus as protection. In other words, the phlegm is not the enemy. It's the body's shield. This is why many people with silent reflux do not experience heartburn at all. Instead, they experience constant throat clearing, hoarseness in the morning, a dry cough at night, a lump in the throat sensation, or an unpleasant taste when they wake up. And just when people begin to understand that connection, another important factor often appears. Many cases of persistent phlegm are also influenced by postnasal drip. Imagine a faucet that isn't fully closed. It doesn't pour water, but it drips slowly all day long. Something similar can happen inside the nose and sinuses. Small amounts of fluid drip down the back of the throat continuously. Even if the nose doesn't feel blocked, that slow drip can irritate the throat and trigger more mucus production. Allergies, dust, temperature changes, dry air, and even certain household products can contribute to this process. But there is another cause that is even more common and surprisingly simple: dehydration. As people age, something interesting happens. The sensation of thirst decreases. Many people drink less water without realizing it. Some medications also reduce fluid levels in the body, and indoor environments can be very dry. When the body does not receive enough water, it begins to conserve it for vital organs. One of the first places where this lack of hydration becomes noticeable is mucus. Instead of remaining thin and mobile, mucus becomes thick, sticky, and difficult to move. The person feels like they have too much phlegm, but in reality, the mucus simply cannot flow properly. And this brings us to a very important idea. The goal should not be to fight the phlegm. The goal is to understand why the body created it in the first place. Once we understand that, the solutions often become surprisingly simple. For example, hydration can make a significant difference. Not by drinking large amounts of water all at once, but by sipping fluids gradually throughout the day. Warm liquids can be especially helpful because warmth helps thin mucus and relax the airways. Another helpful change involves the sleeping environment. If the air in the bedroom is very dry, the throat may lose moisture overnight. Slightly increasing humidity can help maintain healthier mucous membranes. Eating habits also play an important role. Lying down with a full stomach increases the chance of reflux reaching the throat. Allowing at least 3 hours between the last meal and bedtime can significantly reduce nighttime irritation. Equally important is how we treat the throat itself. Many people clear their throat forcefully again and again, but this can actually worsen irritation. A gentler approach, such as swallowing slowly or sipping warm liquid, often helps more than repeated throat clearing. And while these adjustments can help many people, it is also important to recognize when medical evaluation is necessary. If phlegm persists for weeks without improvement, if there is blood, fever, unexplained weight loss, or difficulty breathing, those are signals that should never be ignored. Listening to the body also means knowing when to seek professional care. But in many cases, once people understand the true cause of their symptoms, they feel relief even before the phlegm disappears. They stop blaming age, and they begin to support their body in the right ways. And that is something I want you to remember today. The body is not your enemy. Symptoms are messages. They are signals asking for attention, adjustment, and sometimes patience. Before we finish, I would like to invite you to participate again. If this explanation helped you understand your throat a little better, write this phrase in the comments. My throat can return to balance. When you write it, you are reminding yourself that change is possible. Sometimes, improvement begins with something very small. A little more warm water during the day, eating dinner earlier, sleeping with your upper body slightly elevated, or simply treating your throat with more kindness. The human body, even later in life, has an incredible ability to restore balance when we give it the right environment. Take care of yourself, listen to your body, and remember that understanding your health is always the first step toward improving it. It has been a pleasure sharing this moment with you.